There's a couple of places that we talked about before, and there's one place that has come up since that is real, uh, quite a prospect, I would say. Looking forward to it actually. Uh, but anyways, yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that the teams out there knew or understood that they could contact you guys if they had a location that they felt was worthy of investigating. That they can go out and live stream through your show, and they would control. I'm guessing for all practical purposes, the camera shots,
Right.
who's in the thing. They control the content, which is really nice. And this way, a lot of people can get exposure to it. Half a
Right.
million people is a lot of people.
Well, let
So
me let me explain it a little bit better too. Basically, the whole reason. I mean, yeah, we've been doing the Facebook show for quite a while now, which has the 500,000 followers or so. And the whole reason we really went to we were talking about it for months with the owners of Paranormal Warehouse doing this YouTube thing, and they have a pretty reasonable YouTube channel. It's growing, and that's the direction they want to go into. They want to start going more into YouTube and building that side of the business. But we talked about it. We're trying to figure out what we want to do, how we want to do this YouTube show, and what's it going to be about, and this and that. I mean, it was put in our laps, and we thought, what better way to? And this was an idea that was pitched probably 2 years ago to Destination America. This is how it started. I was contacted probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, by a producer asking me to pitch them a show. So I sat back, I thought about it, and I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but they do like haunted case files and stuff like that. And I said, well, let's pitch them this. So I pitched this idea to them for us to go and investigate with other teams, allowing other teams to be basically showcase them. Right. And put them on the spotlight, and we just be the host of it. But they're running it and do things their way, because every team out there does things differently. Some they'll do Ouija boards, they'll do seances, or they'll just do a regular investigating, and everybody does it differently. So I thought it would be cool to let's go and put it out there and see where we went with it. So nothing came of the show, with the whole thing with Destination America and all that. It's no big deal. So when we were handed this to us by Paranormal Warehouse, I said, well, I had this idea a couple years ago. Let's go with it. So that's the direction we're heading. We the whole reason we're doing our own YouTube page outside of Paranormal Warehouse and the Paranormal Warehouse YouTube pages is to showcase teams, not us, but teams out there who don't have the ability to have 500,000 people behind them watching it, or have a YouTube page they can go to and post their stuff. And that's the whole concept behind it. We just want to get out there. We want to give you guys a 2 to 4 hour investigation that you can do on off your phone, off your video, your camera, whatever, however you're going to showcase it to us and put it out there so the world can see it. Everybody on Paranormal Warehouse, Facebook, YouTube, wherever can see you guys. That's what it's all about.
nice. Alex, is there anything you want to add to that?
No. This whole, like I said, the whole idea behind what Daryl wants to do is it's all down to him. He had the idea, and I'm just basically helping him do it.
Yeah, he's a big part of it. He's not just helping. I mean, Alex, and also, I got to give a big shout out to Greg Knapp, who's actually our in the field guy, who's doing a lot of the camera stuff. To the actual locations he can go to, and Britt Dolly, who's also a camera person. So they're going to be doing a lot of the field stuff. Excuse me, for the ones that we actually Alex or myself cannot be at.
That's nice correspondence.
Yeah,
having it spread out. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm sorry, were you gonna say something?
Something I just thought to mention is obviously, as well as people being in America, because I'm in the UK, I'm going to be hopefully getting some places in the UK, some teams going live from over here as well. So
nice expansion too.
Very cool.
I was going to ask if you guys had a UK version planned for that.
Yeah, I mean, but basically, I mean, you know, it's just building on Daryl's idea. So we're going to have people live in America. You know, if Daryl or Greg or Brick can get there, then they'll go there, and it's basically the same thing with me. So you know, I'm you know, I've got loads of friends and stuff I can call upon. It's just finding. The problem we have is finding the right location that has a decent internet or 4G connection. That's the only thing I've struggled with so far.
It was one of the things that we had to consider when we were talking with you guys. It was a factor for sure. And for us, we're in northern Wisconsin, and there are no major metropolises in northern Wisconsin. It's boonies. You know, it's a small town America. Wausau is maybe 150,000 people. That's about it. Duluth, you know. So we don't have we don't have a lot of the places we do have are very rural, and not all of them have, of course, Wi-Fi, especially abandoned places. You know. So, and I could see where you know that would always be a factor.
Yeah, I mean the main issue is because even if there's a 4G network in the area, it's just some of the locations, some of the walls are so thick, like some of the Napoleonic forts, some of the castles. You know, the walls are so thick. I mean, we've set up, you know, wireless CCTV before in some of those locations, and it's in the room next door, and the wall, and you forget the wall is about, you know, 6 to 7 foot thick, and the signal is just not getting through. So that's the other issue is as well. It's the location's just not, you know, allowing you to get a decent connection to actually do it.
Yeah, that's the big thing with doing a live stream. I mean, it's one thing videotaping something, sending it to us, we'll edit it, whatever. But doing a live stream, you have to have a really good Wi-Fi connection at some of these locations. And we got to be honest, a lot of these places do not have a good Wi-Fi connection. Do a mobile hotspot or something like that. Yeah, that'll work. I've done that before. But yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, especially when you're live streaming anything on Facebook, on YouTube, or whatever, the Wi-Fi.
So is there anything that you guys want to allow as far as investigation content goes?
On my behalf,
no Scooby-Doo-ness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, like I'm not saying that you're gonna have a load like, you know, a load of hippies and a big Great Dane running around. I mean, I mean, like no, like running around going, oh my god, you know, all that stuff. You know,
yeah, none of the dramatics. You see a lot of that on YouTube. A lot of dramatics from people who say they're investigators, and you're like, you watch their program, you're like, this person has no idea what they're doing. I mean, we want to keep it real for the people. We want to show a real investigation. And the first thing is, a lot of people who are sitting home and watching these live feeds or whatever, a lot of these people have never been on an investigation, and they don't know, and they think it's like what you see on TV. Well, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. You know, that what you see on TV is 3 or 4 days of filming that's been cut down to 45 minutes. And they take the best little pieces of it and they make a show out of it with dramatic music and all these cool, you know, video editing things they do. Well, a live investigation is, and you know as well as we do, is a lot different than TV.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one thing. I mean, one. There's 2 or 3 things that we probably, you know, really don't want. We don't want people, like I said, Scooby-Dooing it, running around saying that there's a demon in the house or whatever.
Right.
It's just we're not massive fans of the D word, and we're not saying they don't exist. It's just with some teams, it's like there's a demon in every location they go to.
Right.
and I suppose the other thing is not to be boring. You know, not don't be over dramatic, but at least have some sort of personality. Don't just be like with zombies.
My pet peeve is when I watch some of these ones on YouTube or Amazon, wherever they are, I'll see like 3 or 4 or 5 people, sometimes 10 people sitting on the floor cross-legged doing an investigation. There's no excitement in that. There's nothing that's drawing me to that. You need to, I mean, for these live investigations, you got to keep people, the people who are watching, because you'll have a lot of people watching a live investigation, and they want to see people moving around. They want to see the location. They want to see you doing, certain things. They don't want to just see you sitting on the floor cross-legged and asking questions for 45 minutes. And I've seen that a lot.
I've been to so many locations, not investigating, just visiting, and like speaking to someone that runs it, or like one of the owners or managers or whatever. And I ask what's all these chairs about, and I ask for the paranormal investigators, and I just shake my head.
Yeah. You could ask my own team, Breaking Paranormal, the people who are in that. When there's only 4 of us, at 5 of us. There's been times we've been on investigations, and I'll walk in a room and I'll see 2 or 3 of them just sitting there, and I go. And the first time it's nice. I'll be like, get up, start moving around, do something, don't sit here. And the second or third time I see it, I kind of blow my lid, because I hate that. It's just not way of investigating. You can't do that, guys. But I mean, that's what we want to see on these live shows. We want to see people who are excited, motivated, moving around, doing their thing, and keeping the audience engaged. And also, with a live feed, you have to have somebody watching the live feed, answering the questions, because you will have a lot of people asking questions, a lot. And it's very hard for one person to do that. You got to have 2, 3 people doing that sometimes.
Yeah, I bet. It gets real busy.
Well, that, and you got to figure with questions too.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, questions. Yeah, that's the big thing, because you'll have people on the live feed who'll get, if you don't answer their question, just like on our show we do every week. If you miss a question, they let you know. Believe me.
I mean, we've got to the point now. We're saying if we don't answer your question, just keep asking it, so we don't.
It goes so fast. You can't sometimes, especially, it all depends on who the guest is, especially if you have a psychic or somebody on. There's 1,000 people asking questions, and that thing is just, that live feed is just rolling, and you can't keep up with it. But, so, I mean, and you'll have people asking questions. Is my mother with me? Is my father with me? Is my dead aunt with me? And like, you can't, it's just like, they'll get mad at you. I mean, and they'll start getting like, well, you can't answer my question. No, it's not that. I'm one person. I can't read. So that's why Alex and I, or if there's somebody else on the show, we'll all be watching the live feed, trying to, like, if I miss something, Alex will pick up on it, or vice versa. So yeah, you got to keep up with that. That's the big thing.
And with that, it is time for our next commercial break.
Okay.
You are listening to Paraversal Universe. We will be right back for the next segment with our guests.
You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.